Hi everybody, it's Jeanie from Clifton's Crafty Casa. Welcome to this YouTube playlist called A Blue Christmas. We love that you are joining us today. If you'd like to subscribe, like, comment, or share, it'd be great. Here is a plaque that I painted with blue, nautical blue from, it's a chalk paint. It's one of my favorite chalk paints, blue colors. And I am using a transfer from Essential Stencil. Essential Stencil sells stencils and transfers, and I am an ambassador for that. If you'd like to save 10% at checkout, you can use my code, Clifton's Crafty Casa, without an apostrophe S, and you will be able to save 10% at checkout. So on this, I'm burnishing with my vinyl scraper and making sure that all of that transfer comes off of the carrier sheet. And we are adding some little snowflakes. Now they're not really bright, but they show up enough on this blue. They have a blue-black background as well, so you just really see the white part of the snowflake. I like it. It's okay. So I'd like to thank Mary from the Painted Peach, Jeanie from Jeanie's Palette, and Kristi from Funky Junk Inspiration for inviting me to be part of this playlist. They are the Take 5 group. We have a playlist every Friday here on YouTube, and we also do other things on Facebook. So if you'd like to find us there, that would be great too. I'm adding Liquitex. This is a gloss medium that I'm putting over this to seal this up. I want to seal in that transfer and the paint, of course, on the board. And so I'm putting 2 coats. I'm going to dry this first one and then put a second coat on there. And we have a cute little blue Christmas plaque to either set up on a shelf or put it on the wall. Okay, the next project starts with this folding tray that I bought from Dollar General. It was $5, but I think I only paid $1.50 because it was on clearance. I'm using the same blue chalk paint, and I've sanded this board, and then I'm adding the blue color to this board. It takes a while to paint this thing because it's got legs and bottom and top, and so I'm painting everything. So let's give it a dry, and we can start over on the other side, making sure that everything is well covered. There's a couple of spots here that I'm having to repaint a little bit of. Sometimes I go a little too quickly and the paint doesn't go everywhere that I want it to be. All right, here we go. On the second side, I'm going to put some Liquitex gloss medium on this. I want to seal this wood because I'm going to put some transfers on here, but I also, this is a tray, and so if you wanted to put anything on here that was wet or could be wet on the bottom, with water condensation or whatever, you want to have it nice and waterproof. And so I'm doing 2 coats of Liquitex gloss medium on this board and drying it in between each one. And I let it sit to the side for a few minutes while I do another project, and then we'll get started with the next thing. I'm going to be taking some transfers from Essential Stencil. This time they're called Timeless Christmas. And there are a bunch of ornaments in there. They're just beautiful, cream-colored gold and cream colored ornaments. And I'm going to do the same thing and burnish those in on this. But remember, I already put the Liquitex on here. I will put some more on top of it after it's finished, but it's a very shiny surface. That's what you can see there, and there is no problem, as long as it's dry, for these transfers to sit on there. So I'll just let you watch and listen for a few minutes. Okay, I am using my chalk paint in plaster, and I used a water bottle and did a little spray on there to get it loose so that I can make these lines. Now I'm using a little brush from Essential Stencil that's called a detail brush, and I'm going to make some tree branches on this. But because it's so blue, so dark, I need to start with white, because if I don't, you won't see it. You won't see the green on it, and you'll see a portion of some of the transfers that I put down a little bit later in this video. You cannot see the green as well because it doesn't have white behind it. So I'm taking some medium green, Hauser green, and some dark black burnt umber paint, making it, putting water with it to make it thinner, and just using a detail brush, and I used a smaller detail brush for this, and putting it in the spots where I had the white paint, and it turns out wonderful. I'll let you watch. Okay, I've dried it. I'm drying it all up, and now I'm going to use that other transfer with the bow on there and add a little fun touch, embellishment to this tray by using that transfer with the bow. Went on wonderful because everything was good and dry. That is the main point. All right, and now I'm going to add some pine cones and bow on this, bows on this. And then I need to use some of that green paint so that you can see some of the green behind it. Oh, I'm choosing another one. I had one too big for the other side, so I'm choosing another one. I put those down, and then I use that medium Hauser green, and make sure that I have some green in those boughs, because they surely don't show up without the paint on there, and they still are pretty dark compared to the other green that's up in the top. I guess I could have done some white paint first and then the boughs, then the green, and it probably would stand out a little bit better. But I'm not mad about it, so it's good. I love it. I use the Liquitex one more time to add the gloss over, and to make sure that this the transfers do not come up if it gets wet or anything. So that's what I will do now, and it turns out beautiful. I'd like to thank again our hosts, Mary from the Painted Peach, Jeannie's from Jeanie Palette, and Kristi from Funky Junk Inspiration. Please join us each Friday. Thanks very much. Remember to subscribe or like. Thanks. This is Jeanie.